Part 1. Introduction to the Mind-Bending World of Welcome to the Circle, 2020. A mysterious, disturbing, and utterly captivating film, Welcome to the Circle, 2020, combines psychological horror, social commentary, and a unique take on cult dynamics. At its core, the movie offers a chilling examination of conformity, manipulation, and the loss of individuality in the face of overpowering groupthink. The film opens in a surreal and disorienting setting, a remote, secluded camp-like compound, deep in the forest, where a group of individuals has gathered under the banner of an enigmatic and shadowy leader. The characters are bound together by a shared belief system, and each one has an individual backstory that ties them to the unsettling world they inhabit. From the start, the audience is thrust into a disorienting environment where everything feels off-kilter. There are no clear answers. The characters seem to be floating in a psychological haze, unsure of where they are, why they're there, and most importantly, who is truly in control. Part 2. The cult as a microcosm of modern society. As the narrative folds, it becomes clear that the circle represents more than just a typical cult. It's a metaphor for the larger forces of control and manipulation at play in society. Forces that encourage conformity and suppress individuality. The film's cult serves as a reflection of a world where people are pressured to follow social norms, ideologies, and institutions without questioning the motives behind them. What makes Welcome to the Circle truly unsettling is its portrayal of how easy it is for individuals to surrender their will and identity to a greater cause, no matter how misguided or dangerous that cause may be. The cult, in its essence, acts as a mirror to modern society, reflecting the way in which we are all often manipulated by external pressures, be it social media, political ideologies, or cultural expectations. The characters in the film aren't just part of a cult. They represent a cross-section of society, each one struggling with their own sense of identity, purpose, and need for belonging. What's most terrifying is not just the physical isolation of the compound, but the psychological isolation of its members, each of whom has abandoned their sense of self in favor of a group identity that demands blind obedience. Part 3. The psychological horror. The psychological horror in Welcome to the Circle is what truly sets it apart. This is not a film filled with jump scares or overtly graphic violence. Instead, it plays with the audience's sense of reality, keeping them on edge with subtle yet unnerving developments that challenge everything they believe to be true. The film uses silence, atmosphere, and a pervasive sense of dread to build its tension. The setting itself becomes a character in the story. The environment, the dilapidated buildings, the barren forest, the unsettlingly sterile living spaces, is designed to make the audience feel as uncomfortable as the characters themselves. As the film progresses, the lines between reality and illusion blur. The characters begin to question whether their experiences are real or just a product of the psychological manipulation they're undergoing. Is the world outside the compound truly as hostile as they've been led to believe, or has it been constructed in their minds to keep them trapped within the confines of the circle? This constant questioning of what is real and what is not amplifies the film's central theme, the fragility of the human mind and its susceptibility to manipulation. It challenges viewers to consider how easily reality can be warped by those in power, and how fragile our grip on truth can be when we allow ourselves to be immersed in a system that suppresses individual thought. Part 4. The leader of the UA. Circle. Authority without a face. One of the most compelling elements of the film is the figure of the Pope, the leader of the circle. This figure is not shown on screen in a traditional sense. Instead, they exist only through their words, their influence, and their ability to control the actions of the cult members. The Pope is a representation of power without a face, an authority that operates from the shadows, never needing to physically appear to maintain control. This dynamic is a commentary on modern systems of power. Whether it's corporate leaders, political figures, or ideological movements, Authority often exists in the abstract. The Pope of the Circle symbolizes this invisible power, which manipulates through suggestion, coercion, and the fear of disobedience. As the cult members obey the Pope's directives without question, the film underscores a chilling reality. Authority can exist without transparency, without accountability, and without a direct connection to the people it governs. Part 5. The Puppet and the Traumatic Childhood. The lie as a survival strategy. The use of puppets, dolls, and childlike imagery throughout the film is deeply unsettling. At first, these elements seem innocent, but as the narrative unfolds, they reveal a darker undercurrent of manipulation. The most disturbing aspect of this symbolism is the way it ties into the trauma of childhood. The characters are not just trapped in a cult. They are, in a sense, reliving their childhood traumas. The cult operates like a distorted version of a family, where the members are infantilized, controlled, and stripped of agency. The leaders, like authoritarian parents, dictate the rules and the beliefs that the members are expected to follow without question. This psychological manipulation harkens back to childhood experiences, where individuals often internalize the beliefs and actions of their caregivers without fully understanding them. The cult operates in the same way, presenting itself as a place of safety, security, and love, while in reality, it is a place of control and indoctrination. The presence of the childlike figures in the film serves as a haunting reminder that manipulation often begins at a young age, when individuals are most vulnerable to being shaped by the ideologies and systems around them. Part 6. The Circle as a representation of collective conformity. The circle is not just a metaphor for religious or cultic systems. It also acts as a sharp critique of social conformity. The film suggests that the true danger does not lie in the existence of cults, but in the willingness of individuals to conform to ideologies and belief systems without critically questioning them. In The Circle, we see how individuals lose their sense of self in the face of overwhelming pressure to conform. The group reinforces its beliefs through repetition and social pressure, creating a cycle of obedience that becomes self-perpetuating. This dynamic mirrors what happens in many aspects of modern life, where social norms and expectations push individuals to conform, often at the expense of their own identity and free will. What makes this element of the film so disturbing is how relatable it feels. In our own lives, we are constantly surrounded by systems that demand conformity, whether it's the media, politics, or even our own families. The Circle forces us to confront the quiet and insidious power these systems have in shaping our beliefs, behaviors, and actions. Part 7. The film is a metaphor for society at its heart. Welcome to the Circle is a metaphor for modern society. A society in which we are constantly being told what to believe, how to act, and what is acceptable. The film takes place in a closed environment where everything is tightly controlled, yet the characters are encouraged to believe they are free. This is a direct commentary on how modern society often operates under the guise of freedom, while subtly enforcing conformity and submission. The Circle also challenges us to think about the role of power structures in shaping our perceptions of reality. Just as the cult's leaders manipulate the truth, so too do the forces of society manipulate us through the media, politics, and culture. The film poses a crucial question. Are we truly in control of our own lives, or are we simply pawns in a much larger game? Part 8. The Conclusion. A film that challenges, shakes, and stays with you. Welcome to the Circle is not a typical horror film. It doesn't rely on jump scares or grotesque imagery. Instead, it works on the mind, planting seeds of doubt, confusion, and discomfort. It is a film that makes you question everything you know about reality, about freedom, and about the systems that govern our lives. What makes this film so unique is its ability to make the audience think. It's a film that doesn't spoon-feed answers, but rather asks us to engage with its themes, to look beyond the surface, and to understand the complex dynamics of power, control, and conformity. In a world where everything seems to be about immediate gratification and easy answers, Welcome to the Circle asks us to slow down, to reflect, and to consider the hidden forces at play in our lives. It's a film that leaves a lingering impact, not because it's terrifying in the traditional sense, but because it taps into a deeper, more unsettling truth about our modern existence. By the end, the Circle is no longer just a place in the film. It becomes a symbol of everything that traps us, holds us back, and prevents us from fully experiencing the world on our own terms. And there you have it, folks. Another deep dive into the world of cinema wrapped up in this powerful and thought-provoking analysis. If you enjoyed this exploration of Welcome to the Circle and the layers it hides beneath its chilling surface, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to Minute Recaps for more thrilling breakdowns and hidden gems from the world of film. But before you go, don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. Let's build this community of movie lovers who aren't afraid to explore the dark corners of storytelling and dissect the films that challenge us to think. Turn on that notification bell so you never miss another exciting episode. You won't want to miss what's coming next because, trust me, it's going to be another wild cinematic ride. Remember, every film tells a story, but some stories need to be explained. I'm your name, and this is Minute Recaps, where we go deeper, think harder, and discover the hidden truths behind the scenes. Until next time, stay curious, stay hungry for more, and as always, keep watching.